There are big companies, there are small companies, but do they all use the same principle of tooling, or how does this work in general?
Yeah, yeah. I think that there are three types of companies on the market that we defined.
Mhm.
You have the small and medium enterprises who will have 1 to 10 requests per year. But you will also have the mid-market companies who will have 30 to 50 requests, for example, a year. And then you will have the corporate level who will have hundreds of people that they are looking for each year. And for every type of client, we have some different way of working with a marketplace. Looking at the small and medium enterprises, we have a kind of a credit system, which means that you can buy a credit, 1, 2, 3, depends on what you need. Let's say you need 3 candidates, so you buy just 3 credits, and with these 3 credits, you can create 3 requests on a standardized blueprint that we have. So you can log in onto the marketplace, you create a request, and you use these credits to have access to create the creation of these requests.
Okay.
And at the moment you find someone with the credit system, you found someone and the process stops. Then we have
So it's really sourcing, actually, just the sourcing of the candidate, and then when you've got a candidate, you need to, you can onboard them internally in your organization.
yes, indeed. So it's just the sourcing, because smaller companies uh, won't have any problems, of most of the time they won't have any problems in the administration part of managing the contractor, because they are small teams, they know who is inside the organization, so they don't need the whole tooling. So they just need the sourcing because they want to find talents. Secondly, we have the mid-market clients, so the clients that are working with 10 to 50 externals, 10 to 100 externals, for example. What they don't want is to have an overflow of new suppliers, but because new suppliers needs to be created into the ERP systems. There is an administration process that needs to happen when creating a supplier, like the creation of a framework agreement, which can take some time, and most of the time it's a little bit urgent, and there isn't time to create a framework agreement, because the consultant needs to start at Monday, for example. And there, what happens a lot is that a mid-market organization will work with a broker. And what this means is that the client is using the sourcing model, the marketplace, and when he finds a consultant, then he says to us as a broker, because we do this stuff as a company or a third-party broker, I found a candidate. You need to onboard this candidate, and the end client still have one supplier, and this is the broker. So all the new suppliers that he found on the marketplace will be behind the contract that the broker has. So the client has only one contractual relation, and it's with the broker, and behind that there are the consultants that are working for the end client.
So one spoke, actually, one connection point,
Yes.
that's doing all of it.
Yeah.
Doing all of it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then you've got the third option, I see.
Yeah, then that is the license fee. Like I said earlier, the really big companies, they all have their own processes, and as a result, our solution needs to follow these type of processes. So this means that everything needs to be configured based on the process of the end client. So it takes more time, as you can see, to put these things in place. And most of the time, the client will use it independently, the software, and will be wanting to work wants to work with a license fee that he knows I'm paying a fixed fee to use this type of tooling, and that's it.
It's a bit like you told us in the beginning of this session, when you are a smaller company, it's less configuration, but you've got direct sourcing, you've got direct access to the marketplace. When you're a bigger company, you can add your own process into the platform and then work based on a license actually. And then we've got actually also the in-between option there when you are not a small, not a big, but when you've got mostly help, when you need mostly help with new sourcing of candidates, but also with the contracting and everything that's behind it.